Hello, everyone, and welcome to CPR's Clubhouse Live. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and I'm being joined by my favorite panel. This is my favorite time of the year. Uh, Joining us right now, I'm being a ventriloquist right now and throwing my voice. We have Mr. Willie Valentin. What's going on, Will?
Hi.
Of course,
Hi,
my favorite
everybody.
DJ of all time. We got Tim Spinning Schommer, aka DJ Sparkles. And also joining us from CPR's Clubhouse Freestyle Universe, we got the Duchess, Cheryl Rodriguez. Hi, Dutch.
Hello, good evening.
So it's the end of the year of 2023, and we do this every year. It's a tradition, and we count down the top 10 freestyle songs of 2023, our personal list, our personal favorites. This is the part where we get to be a bit selfish and talk about the songs that we liked. And what we're going to do is we're going to go round robin. Of course, ladies first. So we're going to go and start with number 10. So what do you have for number 10, Duchess Cheryl Rodriguez?
Number 10, I actually have a song that was never released. It's Clear Touch and I Know. I just had to give it in my 10th spot because it was a fantastic song. The vocals were insane. I was so excited to see them back together. I don't know what happened. It is what it is, but they didn't release it. And so the song didn't get what it should have, in my opinion. But that's my number 10. Just love the song.
It's a great choice. I really like that song. I thought it was great. Didn't make my top 10, but excellent choice. And it is unfortunate sometimes when we get teased with new music. I wanted like extended mixes, a break beat, maybe a Tim Spinning Schommer dub, or maybe a Willie Valentin remix because Willie Valentin's been remixing everything in 2023. But unfortunately, that didn't work out that way. DJ Sparkles, Tim Spinning Schommer, what do you have for number 10 over there in the West Coast?
So for me, for number 10, I said Diva Rose, the Baby Back record.
Oh, Diva Rios.
Rios,
Perfect.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Diva Rios.
Diva
I can't
Rios.
read my own writing. Yeah,
I
Diva
want
Rios.
my baby back.
Yeah.
For me,
She's awesome.
that's great. How is she doing in your neck of the woods?
Seems to be doing good. I saw her at a show. She's great. Yeah, love it. I know Jesse B produced it too. It's kind of a show favorite. So that's why I went for it for number 10.
Well, that's great. It's a great spot. Hoping for more from Diva Rios. Her voice is
Yeah.
really, really strong. Great
Yeah.
vocals. I'm hoping for one of those hard hitting Chicago freestyle songs from her.
Yeah.
Just to make it an anthem in 2024. Willie Valentin, what do you have for your number 10 spot?
So number 10, I think me and the Duchess are on the same wavelength. I have Clear Touch. I know also the number 10.
Great.
Fortunately that was released commercially, but great song, great beat. I liked it. I did play it on my show, and I heard it on a lot of shows. So it was a point that it was just everybody was playing it at one point.
It was. There was a point where everyone was asking whether they could get it, and it just became a situation where when we found out it wasn't being released, we had to dismiss it from the top 10 countdown because it's not something that's available. And why would you promote something that's not going to be available? Where you're going to continue having the audience asking when is it coming out? One thing that I will say about the song is for a 3-minute song, they packed in a lot of vocals in there. I mean, they start off hot and heavy with backgrounds and, just overlaying the backgrounds only as Clear Touch could do. I think that they're kings of that from the 90s and Cherish and all the songs that they've done before. So 2023 with The Return. Excellent choices. Now, was there a song that was on the cusp of being on your list that is an honorable mention to you that it didn't make your top 10?
Yes. Can
What'd
I
you
go
have?
first? I wanted to add Miguel Reyes and the Thank You.
Yes.
What a great song that is. I don't think it got enough for me. Maybe I didn't play it enough, but what a great song. Miguel Reyes is a dear friend of mine too, and it probably didn't get the kudos it deserved, but I really enjoyed that record. Good message too,
Yes. I think that songs with a message sometimes get lost.
Yeah.
When it comes to our genre of music, and that's pretty unfortunate,
Yeah.
Willie, did you have anything honorable mention that didn't make your list?
Yeah, the Luis Martin Gennaro Fallen.
Yes,
Or-
excellent
that was-
song.
yeah, it was a good song. It was just there with like 10.5. I was trying to push it in,
Yeah,
but you know,
Dutch,
it's
you
a
have one.
record.
I'm sure you have a bunch of them. You must have a litany of
Of
songs.
course I do. One that didn't make my list, but honorable mention, Audie Rodriguez with This Time.
Nice, nice. Artie Rodriguez and Carla Varola. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Right.
So yeah, for me, there's a song that was on an album by Nelson Rego. It was Persistent. One of the most underrated albums I've ever heard. Is a perfect album, almost perfect album. And there's a song on there that was not produced by anyone that has a name like a Willie Valentin or a Jay Adams, but there's a song called Adrenaline on that album, and it's pretty amazing. It goes back to the basics of freestyle, and it has a great break. I loved it. I really did. I thought it was awesome. So kudos going out to Nelson Rego with Adrenaline from his Persistent album.
I'm thinking
My number 10 went to Nelson Rego, and I was trying to balance if I should put in Adrenaline or if I should put in Surrender to Me. And Surrender to Me got it only because every funny TikTok moment that I ever did in 2023 had that beat because it was such a great beat to mix anything into. It was great production. Lisa Faria doing backgrounds for Nelson Rego, Surrender to Me. It's a perfect freestyle record from beginning to end. Perfect vocals, solid writing. So for me, number 10, Nelson Rego, Surrender to Me.
Can I just add also the Nelson Rego, great guy, great artist. I hope to hear a lot more from Nelson Rego. Yeah, he's a superstar. Yeah,
He's a guy that turned a lot of no's into yeses. You know, into his beginnings in freestyle, a few years back, 2018, around there. You know, a lot of songs that were being produced for him were not up to par, but nobody can say about that now. I mean, he has a perfect album in Persistent. If you can stream it on Apple iTunes, please do so. It's a great album. If you could buy a copy somewhere, I don't know who's selling them. You know, I wanted a CD, never got one, but I'm sure there's 2,000 somewhere in Nelson Rego's basement and stuff like that. Please, brother, send me one. But amazing album, amazing album.
awesome. I'm gonna go visit that album tonight.
Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe take a trip. Let's go to Nelson Rego's house and grab some CDs from him in person. Maybe that'll work, right? Top 10 freestyle songs of 2023. We continue on. Tim Spinnin Schommer, who do you have for number 9?
Willie Cologne, Kryptonite.
Wow. I had no idea that would make your countdown at all.
Yeah, you know, I'm getting so much positive feedback for the song, and I like it. It's fresh. It's Kryptonite. Yeah, love this.
Well, you do wear the Superman emblem all the time, so
yeah.
I'm
And
surprised.
That's right. He got the shirt.
A lot of energy. It's cool. Yeah.
Absolutely great. Willie Valentin, who do you have for your number 9?
I feel like I'm at work. I forgot to unmute. You know, when you're in the meeting, you're in the vibe. You're like,
Yes,
you're not unmuted. No, I'm just kidding. Number 9 for me, and really the reason that there are number 9 and not higher in the countdown is it's a demo and the quality for me wasn't there, but it's George Anthony Remember.
Yes.
Cool song, 2.5 minutes. I know the remixes are coming out in a few weeks, but for me right now with that mix, it ended up number 9.
December 31st is the remixes of this great song, Remember. That was a demo that was not included in the original Nothing Like Your Love album. And now in 2023, it was released with the George Anthony anthology, the G Anthology. Excellent choice. I can't wait for the remixes. It sounds like it's going to be, you know, a Suave, Sapphire, lots of different people touching the record. Hopefully, it'll be great for 2024.
Cool.
Cheryl, who do you have for number 9?
Luis Marte and Gennaro with Fallen.
I like that song. I really enjoyed it. I think it was the longest lasting song in our countdown for a while.
Yeah, it grew on me. I was like, you know, at first I always liked it, but the more I listened to it, the more I could appreciate. I just like rolled with it, and then you know later on it just it was like an earworm. I was always singing it, you know.
For me, number 9 was Diddle D's When You Said. I know that in the beginning when it was released, it was pretty slow. It was like a slow jam freestyle record, like a Lanier Sending On My Love type. You know what I mean? And not many people were playing it. But then Jallums did a special remix for our show, and I love the words. I love the production. I love the vocals. Diddle D is just a great vocalist. I thought it was a very, very solid song. So for me, number 9 was Diddle D, When You Said.
Cool. I'd love to hear that remix.
I sent it to you, sir.
You did? All right.
Yes.
Man, I'm so bad. Anyway, sorry.
Who's bad?
Who's bad?
Nice. No beat. Somebody cue that beat in there. All right, we're gonna roll on with our number 8, and for our top 10 freestyle songs of 2023. Again, for those of you watching right now, this is our personal list, so it can't be wrong. You know what I mean? It's our personal list. It's a song that we've played throughout the year. So I'll kick off number 8. For me, it was the number 1 song for the first half of the year. It was played on a weekly basis. I kind of hit one of my goals for my career in interviewing him. We're talking about Tony Moran and Hurt So Bad. Just a great comeback, the Latin Rascal himself. Perfect comeback, and great production. Willie Valentin did a great job producing it. Our very own DJ Cliff Paz got to do some remixing on it and some production as well. But just listening to the unique voice that is Tony Moran, because there's only one Tony Moran with that voice, right? And to have that be on artistic recordings, and for that to be, on just a great. It was, like I said, there was in the first 6 months of the year, nobody else was playing anything but the Tony Moran song. It was just consistent.
Can I say something to Tony Moran too? He's the nicest guy ever, and he doesn't have to be. He's
right.
Right. It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that
the interview by Tony. I just remixed it just to clarify.
Yeah, I got you.
The whole thing with Tony Moran is like, when we interviewed together, I was completely like the first time I've ever been, a loss for words, and I just kept rolling with it. One of the first thing I said is, "Thank you so much for wearing a shirt." And I'm like, "Oh, the interview is right here. It's over." The interview is completely over. And then it ended up being that, he was okay with that. And, we kept it moving. I'm like, man, I could have just ruined it right there. But thank you so much, Tony Moran, for making my 2023 very memorable. Willie Valentin, I'm going to bring it over to you for your number 8.
That is Julio Mena and Coro, I Hope.
Nice.
Didn't quite make my list, but it was a solid outing for them. What was it about the record that made you put it on your top 10?
I love Julio. Julio is very talented, but to hear Coro come out with something new, that made it for me.
Right.
It was just awesome to hear something new from Coro. I miss that voice. His voice hasn't changed. It still sounds great. Julio sounds great all the time. And just to hear those two, and again, going back to, the beginning of this music, and Coro was a big part of this success of freestyle. Good to hear him again.
Yeah, and the story is not too shabby either. It's 2 men fighting for 1 woman, and discussing that whole situation. I really enjoyed the song. Didn't make my top 10, but I really did enjoy the song. Thought it was 12 maybe on my of 2023 my countdown. What about you, Duchess? What do you have for number 8?
Number 8, I have A.B. Cruz featuring Actual, You Didn't Love Me.
Nice.
Love that song.
A.B. Cruz was very smooth with that this year.
I love the song. I love it from start to finish. I just thought it was a great. I play it in the car all the time. So when we're going by the top 10 of what we love the most, it was one of the most listened to songs that I was jamming to this year. So they had to make my top 10.
Great. Schommer, what do you have for number 8?
Number 8 for me was Artie. So This Is Love.
Great
love that song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
beautiful.
And you know what? On this album, he has an extended version. So the extended version is just that much better because you got extra beats and extra arty.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I gotta get to the album.
Extra
I
arty.
don't know what my problem is. I'm taking notes here.
Whatever you need, sir, you just gotta give me a buzz and we'll put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little buzz. So what do we have coming up right now is number 7. Anybody want to change your list as we keep it moving?
Nope.
Ooh.
Nobody want to take anybody out, put them in? All right. What was your number 7, Mr. Willie Valentin?
Number 7 is going to Jenny Renee, City Lights. I especially like the extended mix. I know there was a couple, but there was one, I think, the Manny Man extended, I really, really, really liked. That extended mix made the song for me. So that's my number 7.
Well, the best part about the song is when Cheryl Rodriguez introduces it every week on the show. Go ahead, say dancing.
The Texan comes out of me. It's not dancing. Every time I want to say the song, and he starts telling me that I sound like I'm from Texas or something, like I'm a Southern accent.
It sounds like you have a 20-gallon hat and a straw in your mouth, and you got boots on.
It's like saying it with excitement, City Lights and dancing.
Now, Willie, you had an opportunity to work on the new Jenny Renee album.
Yep.
What are some of your favorite songs on the Jenny Renee album?
I'm not gonna remember titles because I don't remember words. So, there, what's surprising, I think many of you know I'm not I'm a freestyle head, and if I do like house music, it's only Chicago house because I love Chicago house. And Tony Moran did a house remix on this album for City Lights Dancing. That's amazing. And I remember Tony sending it to me for my feed. I'm like, hey, Tony, I'm not a house guy, but I think he did a great job for me. That, and then the variety of music on this album, it's freestyle, but nothing sounds like the other. So they're all different. Jay Adams did a great job, and Jenny sounds amazing on every song. So I just think it's a pleasing album to the ear. You hear everything's fresh, everything's different. So I think the fans are really going to love that.
I can't wait to get my copy. And the best part is that, Jenny Renee keeps evolving. And now, from 2019, here's 2023 to 2024, the album's going to be out. You should get your copy right now at jennyrenee.com. And it's just amazing that, she's come this far in such a short time. A duo collaboration with Stevie B. Now she has Tony Moran remixing stuff on her album. You're doing stuff in there. It should be an honor, and I'm sure that she's very humble about that. So she is honored. But I'm just saying, what a great accomplishment to have some of your favorites in there.
Absolutely.
Now, Tim,
that's for sure. Yeah.
We're gonna go to you now to get yours.
All right. So we're talking about number 7. Hurt So Bad, Tony Moran.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Who's bad?
Now, you've met Tony Moran in person many times?
Me? Only twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like a fanboy. Hey, what about? And then with the whoo, that kind of like.
Yeah, man. It's like you don't get starstruck a lot in this genre of music, right? But Tony Moran, for some reason, you can't look at him dead in his eyes because then it's over. It's that Prince thing, right? You're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I kept on saying, I'm sorry. I know I'm being weird, but I'm so excited to meet you. It's like it's like meeting the Fonz or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
that was a good one.
Crazy. And like I said before, he's so nice, and he doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It's like thanks for not spitting on me. I appreciate it.
He spit on me.
Yeah, he did.
I never wiped this chick again. No, just
kidding. My number 7 belongs to Brenda K. Starr. She was on New York TV this year. Always Remember. There's a few different versions. There's the original version. There's a version with K7. And then there's a remix with Jay Adams and Julio Men, I believe.
I was on here at Cable Access TV this year. You didn't give me any props.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll wait till the end of the show for that.
Yeah. So Brenda K. Starr on TV, I love seeing Joe Zangi and Melissa Bonilla as her backup singers and dancers. It was pretty cool to see her on New York TV. doing Always Remember. It's a great story, great writing, great singing. It's just, so solid. It had to be on my top 10 of 2023 because it was one of the most played songs on my iTunes charts and in my car.
Good one.
All right. Perfect. All right. Nobody losing a bet. No one lost a bet yet.
I feel like we're all kind of in line. It all makes sense to me. Anyway.
Little bit.
Cheryl, what was your number 7, Cheryl? Did I miss yours?
Oh, I didn't give my 7.
Oh, that's what
See? You're rushing me.
I thought he was
Nelson
skipping
Rego would surrender to me.
Oh,
my 7.
surrender to me. Good one.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it blends. It blends perfectly with all your TikToks. Any meme you want to make, it blends perfectly. What great production by Jay Adams.
Yeah, he really he makes me feel old school, Nelson. Like the music he's been coming out with, it takes me straight back, like 1996, and I go, oh, he fits right in, like that. I kind of like his vibe like that.
That's your old school 96, not 88.
Well, he wouldn't fit in the 80s, and he ain't gonna fit in, like around that time.
I'm just saying, you said old school, you said 90s. I'm like, am I that old? But it is what it is.
Yeah, we're that old. We are.
Willie, did you give your number 7 already?
Yeah, I did.
So now we're number 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see how the Alzheimer's kicked in right there? That's how old we are with this freestyle. Tim Spinnin Schommer in the mix, number 6.
Secret Admirer is my number 6.
Nora Vell featuring George Anthony version or everything about it is so great.
I'm going both ways I like the remix. I like the original. I'm gonna say something that might not be that popular, but I don't think George needed to be in it. But he was in it, and it still was outstanding. I mean, I think Nora on her own is, it didn't. I don't think it needed George, but hey, man, George can't hurt.
No.
Absolutely. And let me just say that she was, the best new artist of 2022.
Yeah.
And I'll be asking that at the end of this broadcast. Who do you think is the artist of the year, and who do you think is the best new artist that you've heard in the last year? But for me, number 6 belongs to Suave. Baby Don't Go. He did an excellent remake of that record. It had a little bit of controversy surrounding it, but what I will say is this: I haven't seen someone put so much effort and the respect that he put into this record. Not only did he had 3 different versions that he had to put to the side just to make sure that he was being respectful, but these 3 versions are from Jay Adams, Edwin Ramos, and Willie Valentin. The Willie Valentin version to me is amazing in its own right. The Jay Adams version is amazing in his own right. And then the Edwin Ramos version is amazing in his own right. So it's 3 perfectly made remixes or versions of the song, perfectly recorded vocals, backgrounds, ad-libs. I mean, he went all out on this record. And if you can get that record, if you can find it somewhere, maintain it, keep it. The extended versions are crazy. So for me, it was Suave, Baby Don't Go.
Nice.
All right. Cheryl Rodriguez.
I had Suave, but I had Can We Work It Out is my number 6.
Interesting.
Love that song, man.
Yeah, another song where he blew it out of the water with the vocals, production, edits, extended mix. I mean, if you're not supporting these records right now, I mean, you're not truly a freestyle fan, because this is like the best that Suave's ever sounded. Like,
he's good. He's got the he's like putting that old school sound in. Like, I just love it. This song was insane.
I think I will say this: his vocals now sound better than the vocals that he did for "Crying Over You" and "Don't Look Back" and all those records. He sounds so good, and maybe it's because he's going to the studio every 15 minutes and making people change up the vocals. But what a professional in trying to get the best vocals out there. Willie, what do you have?
Cough. I don't know. I haven't been feeling well lately. It's like a little scratchy.
Oh, yeah. A little suppository will be fine, sir.
Oh, okay. So my number 6 is by Brenda K. Starr, Always Remember, the original mix. I think she sounds great. When I was playing it on my show, it always put me in a good mood. You know, do I know what any of these songs say? You know me. I listen to vocals,
beat.
melody, and beats. So I don't know what any of these songs on the top 10 are about, but I like listening to the melodic way she sings, and she sounds great. So that's
This
my
song is about her speaking to her husband and making sure that he understands that he's been the one, he's always been the one, and she cherishes that. And I think that's the best part of the song for me
Yeah.
is the story.
I didn't ask you, but okay, all right.
Okay, thanks, Dad. You know, you sending me to the room without porridge now. But again, it's just a great situation where you know,
I was
these
just getting
songs,
you back when I said one of the songs like it's not on my top 10. I'm like, I'm gonna get them back.
okay, always remember that, Willie. Always remember.
Always remember.
Schommer.
I see what you did there.
What do we got, Schommer?
Okay, my number 5 is I thought I was the only one that was supposed to be Coro. Anyway, Coro and Julio Mena. Not necessarily in that order. Yeah, there you go. Mena,
Don't you love it when people call you and ask you for a song, but they don't know the title of the song?
Yeah, and they're saying that was just what I did just now.
Yeah. Do you have that song, As I Sat by My Window? Like, what? As I sat by my window, you know, I love those.
It's so funny that you said that. I got a story of back in the day. Somebody said, "Hey, you have the song by Rick James called Money," and I go, "What, Rick James?" And it was driving me crazy because I thought I was I know every Rick James song ever, money, and I go, you know, here they come now singing money, money, and I'm like,
oh my God,
Tommy James. Anyway, I got good stories too. I'll save them for later.
Okay. I understand. My favorite one. Every time somebody messes up the title of a song, it reminds you of the episode of Married with Children where he's trying to find that song that is avoiding him. He can't find the record, and he's like, "Go with him." Go with him. Because I have no idea what you're talking about. Go with him, and then he's like, "God, please let me." You know, it's one of the best memorable episodes of any comedy series of all time.
Oh my God!
But every time somebody calls me for a record, or they get the song artist incorrectly, I love it when people call me and they're like, "Hey, can you play Angel Menace?" How did you know? How did you know that he's a menace? You know what I mean?
A menace. Oh, that's funny.
To society. Number 5, Cheryl. What do you have?
Brenda K. Starr, Always Remember.
Okay, so we got a consensus here. Willie, what do you have for number 5?
My number 5 is Artie, So This Is Love. I think you introduced me to the record, and I was like, I think I called you. I'm like, I really love this melody. Again, I don't know what words are in the song, but I really like the melody. And the music was really good. So,
and he sings it like he means it, man. That's
yeah.
I
love his voice. Yeah.
Did you happen to listen to the extended version?
I'm sure I did. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm sure I did.
The extended version is just as good, and I even better. It just gets you more into it because again, the beat in the beginning, break, ending. I love that. I love that.
I'm gonna revisit that. I use the stems and made my own version, but
okay. Thanks for sharing, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Number 5 for me, 3 to the Max. I Knew It Was You. Probably top contender for number 1 song of 2023. If not that, then you know there's 1 or 2 others that are contenders, but there hasn't been a song that's been on rotation more for the last 6 months than that song right there.
Good song.
Especially after GA hopped on, it got more legs and just went nuts.
Willie Valentin's holding his breath over there. All right. No porridge for somebody tonight. So did everybody submit their number 5 yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to change their list?
No.
Can I change yours or?
Sure, you can change mine if you would like.
I'm just kidding.
For me, number 4, we go back to Artie. So This Is Love. Again, just amazing, that song. And I'm sure that, he must be smiling watching this because the song means a lot to him. and it means a lot to us. He speaks from experience, and so he likes to share that experience with us. And then we go on an experience with him when he records those vocals and puts everything together. And the fact that we have an extended version on the album, it's a plus for me. So this is Love Artie number 4.
Nice.
All right, Schommer, you're in the mix.
All right. Let's see. For number 4, I'm going with Actual.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which record are you going with?
Featuring AB.
Okay. The AB featuring Actual.
Yeah.
You Didn't Love Me. You Didn't Love Me Now.
Great
Sweet.
song, man.
Excellent. How about you, Cheryl? What do we have?
Number 4, I have Tony Moran, Hurt So Bad.
Nice. What was it about the song that really had you put it in that position?
Tony Moran.
Oh, perfect. Willie, what do you have?
Well, I think this is a 2022, 2023 record, but I enjoy playing it on my show. Every time I played it, again, the production on this song was amazing. This is Naija Walk Away. I just love playing that record. So
Yes.
Yeah, great song.
Very, very underrated record. Sometimes when songs are released, they kind of have this like bubble where if you don't release it in the correct place, some people forget it. And it tends to happen at this time of year to January. Just ask Rudy Fausto. It happens to him every year. He releases something in January and, 3 months later or a week later, like Monet, people forget it. You know what I mean? And we have to do better with quality songs and promoting them. And that's my speech for today. Top 3 songs coming up. This means that these are the songs that you've been playing the most in the entire year. We'll start with Tim Spinnin Schommer in the mix.
So this was a tough one because it's still really hot for me. I think this record could have been this song could have been a hit, whether it's freestyle. It's just a real song, and I'm going with "When You Talk" by Deneen featuring George.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love that George is a part of it, but he didn't have to be. I mean, it was already a hit by itself. I love that. Don't get me wrong. George is welcome. Anyway, there you go.
Great choice.
Nice.
And we'll be discussing that song in a few more moments again. Who do you have for your number 3, Duchess?
I have Deneen, Last Chance.
Nice.
Ooh, nicely played.
I'm obsessed with that song. Obsessed.
great record.
And for what it's worth, I wasn't a fan of the Syre.
Hooray, yeah.
Hooray.
I wasn't a fan of the original. I really never liked it. I never even cared about it. But when she came out with this, it was like a whole new song for me. Like I just ate it up. I loved it.
Willie, go ahead, correct her and say that wasn't a freestyle record originally.
I'm not going to say that, but it wasn't.
Well, did I say it was freestyle?
Right, you didn't say that. That's why I didn't say nothing. He put me on the spot. Sorry, Cheryl.
All right, no, because he did the same thing to me. He corrected me before. Number 3, Willie Valentin. Who do you have?
So I just want to say a little story on this one. So I think this record, like I listened to you guys top 10 so far, and this record's already been mentioned. But I think it's because it came on the beginning of the year. It came out of we're not thinking about the record the same way. And I might be a little biased because it's on my label, but I think Tony Moran Hurt So Bad should have been on the top 3 for everyone because it was a very impactful record. And I'm just, I was a little shocked that it was higher up on some of the charts, not because it's on my label again, but I think because it did come out in February and now all these records came out that it got kind of got forgotten. But I think this was a huge record for this year. So that's my number 3 with Tony Moran Hurt So Bad.
I think that's a perfect point. I think that, again, like I said it before, and you're mentioning now, that we tend to forget. And like I said, Tony Moran ruled 6 months in a row straight.
Yeah.
It just seemed like after the summer to fall, then, it died down a little bit. But it was an amazing record, and it was everyone's go-to song for the beginning of the year.
Sub mixes, extended mixes, remixes. Yes. I think it was a big, it was so much of that package for me. It's a Latin Rascal record.
And most importantly, no shirt.
He had a shirt on when he was here, man.
Yeah, I know. My number 3 is the song that was the long-lasting song on our countdown, and I didn't even realize it because it started off at a lower level and it stayed there for a while, and it moved up a little bit. I think it peaked at number 1 for a week and then died down. But it's a song that does grow on you, and that is Louis Marte and Gennaro Fallen. For me to say that a Louis Marte record was played on my Apple podcast for the majority of 2023 is astonishing, right? But it was true. Like the way that they both sang the song together as a team is amazing. And these are the members of the team that people thought were not the heads of the team because they always gravitated to the other member of the team. But it shows that they were a force to be reckoned with, and they're not only evenly matched with their former partners, but probably surpassing them at this time. And so big shout outs going out to Louis Marte and Gennaro for Fallen. Great song, great break, great production, great writing. That was my number 3.
Interesting. You're taking me to school, my brother. I didn't know that they were a part of that group together, all 3 of them. I know Gennaro was a part of the group. I didn't know Louis Marte was.
No, I said they were individual. They were in individual groups, and they were
individual groups.
Yeah,
okay.
they were individual groups. One was a member of On2, the other was a member of Pain. And so when everybody looked at those 2 groups, they looked at their partners as the main act of the group. And now they've proven that individually they're a house of fire, but collectively with other members are just as good or better than the people that they thought were
like an all-star, all-star deal.
And that's because they earned it. They worked for it. They were hungry. They fought for it. It took them a while, but they kind of perfected their craft. So congratulations to them for collaborating together. This is their second collaboration. The first one was on NSR with Angel Mena, and so it congratulations to them that they got back together to do this. Our top 2 records of the entire year, the 2 records that you couldn't live without. All right, who wants to go first?
Willie does.
Okay. This record I thought was going to be number 1 when I first heard it, and I played the crap out of it multiple times on my show. I usually play 1 record per artist on my show, but this record I would play 2 times, 3 times if I had to. Different versions, acapella, didn't matter. And I never thought it would be number 2, but it ended up being number 2. It's 3 to the Max. I Knew It Was You. Love the record, and similar to like what Tim said earlier, I know it came out with the remixes with George Anthony, and George sounds amazing on it. But when I heard it, I was like, it didn't need it. It's a great record. I didn't even want to remix it because I thought it was just perfection the way it was. But when it started dying down, like, you know what, there wasn't a new 3 to the Max record coming out. Like, let's just put a remix out. But again, that record, amazing. Production was what got me. And George Velez sounds amazing on, and the guys did a great job. So number 2 or 3 to the Max.
Schommer?
And Carlos Barrios mastered it too. And he was telling me, I got this record by, I forget the name of the group, he said. And do you know what this is? And I go, no. And he kept on going back. Well, you don't know. It's one of the hottest freestyle records. And Carlos, like Willie, doesn't know the words to any songs either. So it's just crazy that you're talking about the 3 to the Max record. Oh, yeah, 3 to the Max. That's what it is. I don't remember the name. Anyway, my number 2 is Brenda K. Starr, and Always Remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just like you stated before, like Brenda K. Starr by herself was great, right? Didn't need a K7 version, right? But they have it. But, for me, it was the Jay Adams version because it sounded like a love song with the Jay Adams version, where you have the little faster pace Club Jumpers mix, which is also great. And shout outs going out to them. And you can't choose, right? Like which one do you want to play, which is always a good thing because DJs always need, variety, right?
Yeah.
My biggest thing about the record was seeing her perform it on New York television. I thought it was pretty amazing.
That was cool.
I will always remember that.
And like I said, like Tony, she doesn't have to be nice to us. She's Brenda K. Star anyway. So I love
She
that
is the
she's down with
sweetest
the
too.
program.
Yeah.
It's like I say, everyone's a freestyle diva until Brenda K. Star walks in the room, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna sit down now. You know what I mean? Cheryl Rodriguez, who's your number 2?
3 to the max. I knew it was you.
Nice. I can't believe that the boys are back in town from New England. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Edwin, Renee, and what's the other guy's name? George. Yeah, I forgot. I always do it backwards. I go George, Renee, and what's the other guy's name? I do it on purpose, but just for them to be mentioned as like a top song in 2023 makes me happy because they are our version of TKA, right? Everyone aspires to be TKA, and you can hear the influence of TKA and Clear Touch in 3 to the Max, and all three, have had songs out in 2023. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they sounded so good, man.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And the routine for their performances are not too shabby either. They also got that TKA energy when they go up there.
Cool. Yep.
Oh yeah, dancing around. Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
They might need breathing mask after and stuff like that, but they do a good job. Yeah. You know what the hardest part is watching 3 to the Max perform is whoever comes after them. Hopefully they put them on last. You know what I mean?
It's hard. I know I had them open for the Back to the Future thing, and I was like, oh God, it's hard. But they rocked it.
All right, so my number 2 belongs to Deneen, Last Chance. It's my song that I've been playing forever in my car, and then it just kept on playing in my car until my number 1, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But Last Chance, it's an amazing remake. I know that people are not too particular about remakes. They're like, because people for a long time made a lot of bad remakes, like Adam Morano. He bastardized every remake that he ever did, and then so when people started, and by the way, I'm responsible for my own commentary, so don't get mad at anybody in this live. But what I'm saying is that sometimes people look at Willie.
Protect the innocent. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, sometimes we hear a song and it's a remake and it's perfect. I go back to Jill Terrell's Love Song, love that record. I go back to listening to Last Chance by Deneen, love that record.
The original wasn't freestyle. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do know that. Thank you so much. I go back to even The Promise by Rolando Montalvo. I thought that he sounded just like the original singer of that record. And to this most late remake of a country western song by Gennaro and Vera, why would I be looking forward to a song called Drunk and I Miss You? But it's the song that I've been playing the most in the last 3 weeks, and making memes about. But Last Chance is the same way. Deneen just did an excellent job. And vocally perfect, production perfect. Just everything's perfect about the song. So it was my number 2. So since I already divulged who my number 1 is, I'll continue on with my tradition. For me, 2023 was the year of Deneen. And so Deneen, When You Talk, was my number 1 song of 2023. I didn't think it was going to be that way. When I first heard the original version of When You Talk, I thought it was cool. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 7 for me. The vocals were great. The writing was solid. The production was okay. And that's it. I just left it at that. We'll promote this, right? And then someone decided to remix it. And he killed it. All he did was this. He added a sample of a song called Scrubs. And then he added Shut Up to it. And then it just became a phenomenon for the last 6 months. Or actually 20 weeks in a row. 20 weeks in a row, the song has been number 1 on my countdown as we ended the countdown last week. But every week is this right here. Shut up. No Scrubs. Shut up. No. And it's like, man, amazing. I thought it was going to die down by the 15th week, and then they add George Lamont to it. And it's like, oh, it's going to get an additional 5 weeks. And it's still going. It's still going like the Energizer Bunny. Big shout-outs going out to the writer, Janelle. Big shout-outs going out to the producer, Mr. Valentin. Shout-outs going out to Deneen. I speak like if Willie's not here, but Willie has been the producer of 2023, especially when it comes to remixing songs and making them hot. Yeah, there he goes. He's so humble. I have to tell you, your creativity this year has been superb. The way that you have addressed each individual record that you've touched, from Ray Guel to the Suave, to the Deneen songs, both of them, has been these unique touches, and your inspiration and your mind. How do you get to these samples? How do you get to these productions? It's something that you do second nature.
I have to love the record. When I was given the Deneen record, I got mad at Gino. I'm like, why didn't I produce the original? I said, I was pissed off at him. I'm like, no. I said, don't send me anymore. I'm not doing any remixes. I want to be the producer of the record. He said, you got the next one. I'm like, all right. Because I love the record, I'll do it. But I think we did that record one night. It just took one night. I listened to it, I put it away, and then I just got in the studio and I said, Run DMC, shut up. Let me get that. Let me get the, I actually listened to the lyrics during that session. I said, I got to get some scrubs in there, because what she's saying, and like, this is perfect for it. But yeah, it's all about the writer. Janelle did a great job. Deneen sang it beautifully, and that's what inspired me, because that's what makes me open up to do something that I'm proud of. So,
and the song has hand gestures galore. Talk, talk, talk. Shut up. It just and you put it on shirts, you put it on merchandise, sold. You know what I mean? And again, she's just grinding this record, and hopefully it's not the end of it. I've heard there's other people jumping on the record. I hope that's true. And, I can't wait to listen to more of When You Talk. We'll be here talking about it in 2024. So I'll stop boasting about it, and I'll go to Willie Valentin. What was your number one?
And it's we actually agree on something here. When You Talk. I already said everything I had to say about the record. I loved it since day one. All I have to say is December 31st, be on the lookout.
Oh, man, come on. Can't wait.
But Tim and you will get it. You and Tim will get it probably next week.
Excellent. Cool. Talk.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. You'll get it tomorrow.
All right, Duchess. Check under the tree. It's probably there already.
Deneen, When You Talk.
That's your number one?
It is.
Were you checking my list out?
No, not at all.
Okay, just checking. Now, what about you? What about the song brought it to your attention?
What not about the song? Like, everything about this song is so sick in the best way possible, and that rasp in her voice, like I just want to go it like gets right to me, and I love it. I just love every bit of it.
Now, just want to make sure you understand, she's not guaranteed to be number one for 2023. But she has had a grasp on our countdown for 20 weeks. And so I'll explain this briefly. It's not how many times you've been number one, it's how long you've been on the countdown, right? Right. So like 3 to the Max has been on the countdown forever. We talked about the Gennaro and Louis Marte track. So, the Duchess had to do the calculations this year because I tortured her this year doing the calculations, but it's pretty difficult. How was your experience for you calculating the points for 52 weeks on a spreadsheet?
It was very tedious, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot to consider, and there's a lot to count up, and you have to be precise, because the second you're off just a little, then you're not fair to one, and you have to make sure your numbers match up and the weeks match up, and it's hard work.
I have a confession.
No, go ahead. What?
My confession. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh. So we already did a top 10 of 2023, and we never released that episode. So I already had the numbers for the first part of the year. I just want to make sure that you had it correctly, right? And so when I matched your numbers, when I matched your numbers to mine, it was perfect. And so that's why I asked you to do the rest of the year. So thank you so much.
Because you know it deserves the attention that that we need to give it, because you got to be fair and you have to be precise, and there's so many wonderful songs that I had forgotten about from, like, especially the beginning of the year, and then you're going through everything and you get lost in it. I quite enjoyed it. I really did enjoy going through
great.
everything.
I'm going to put you down for next year.
No.
And one more thing that I wanted to say about the countdown is that, the fans get to submit their list, the top 3 songs that they like for 2023 on our Facebook page, either on Clubhouse Dance Music, CPR's Clubhouse Freestyle Universe, or on my personal page. And then we're going to take the tally of their top 3 songs and add it to the points to determine who's number 1. So that's the reason why you could never tell, because somebody could come from behind and take that number 1 spot. But we always save the best for last. Mr. DJ Sparkles, what do you have for number 1?
Hey, before we move on to number 1, I just want to make a couple comments about Denise. First of all, I love the rasp too, like you said. But she's been around for a long time. I mean, she's got so many hits. She's got, Baby I Love You, the TPE records, that other one, and the other one, and the other one. She definitely earned her stripes. Is that what you say? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
She's, definitely earned this record. Is that it's just been maybe it's her time to finally shine instead of not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, Denise, congratulations. But now moving right along for the only countdown that matters. So here, number 1, I went with 3 to the Max. Giant record.
Nice.
I played it on and on and on. And after a while, I was like, man, do I just keep playing it? I guess I do.
Amazing.
And like we all said, I mean, it was such a jam in the beginning. And then George Anthony jumped on too. And it was, just gave it extra legs too. And, so I'm with you all. I think, what's crazy about this whole countdown? We've all been kind of in the line with everything, all the songs.
Yeah.
So
and again, we appreciate the fact that I'm way off. We appreciate the fact that you're here and letting us know how Chicago feels about freestyle, and if Chicago and your coast and my coast agree on anything, you know what I mean. And I'm glad that we do agree on stuff. And I'm glad that out of the stuff that we play in our area, you're playing in your area, and vice versa, which is great. I'll go around the room here. Is there an artist that you're looking at right now that you're looking forward to 2024 having a new record, or she'll have a new record, or somebody that you feel was the best new artist of 2023?
I understand there's a Sapphire record coming out real soon, so I'm excited about that. I know that the one that came out kinda and then disappeared too quickly. I missed that record. I wish I could play it every day, but let's see. As far as a new artist goes, Norval and
Willie. Who do you think for 2023, 2024 artist of the year for you?
It's hard because I don't think anyone came out with multiple records. I can't see artist of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I would give that to someone who came out with 2 or 3 records, and off the top of my head, I can't remember if anyone did. I can tell you what I'm looking forward to for 2024, though, because I know 3 to the Max is coming out with a banger. I just spoke to George, and he's super hyped about this new record. And if it's anything like this last record, it just could be nothing short of amazing. There's a lot of music my camp has been working on. I heard some Tony Moran stuff that, oh man, I just got to call him tomorrow. Like, when are we releasing this stuff? And he's producing it. He's amazing. He's amazing. And it's funny because, I look up to Tony. That's who I wanted to be as a producer. And for him to tell me, oh man, you motivate me to do some production. I'm like, what? No. I'm like, oh. So his stuff is amazing. I know my wife is coming out with some new stuff.
Oh, good.
New Denise stuff. I spoke to Gino today. It's a lot of records. I can't even think of it, but there's a lot. But I think for me, I'm excited to hear that new 3 to the Max. So.
Nice. Cheryl, who do you have for Artist of the Year, New Artist of the Year, or thoughts of 2023, 2024?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll piggyback off a little bit of what Tim was saying with Nora Evel. I really want to hear something else from her. She's really got like a really cool, unique voice. She almost gives me like that Audie Medina vibe, that like, but I love her. I want her to come out with something new. And as far as look forward to, um, and piggybacking off Willie, Cynthia, Deneen, Tony, all of the above. I really want to hear Nick Cologne come out with something new. I really do. I'm itching for him to drop something. And the Three to the Max, of course. That's going to be pretty exciting, especially out here. We're excited they're back. So
Great. I'm excited too. I'll mention a few things here. There has been a few artists in 2023 that really have captivated the genre in certain aspects of it, whether it be, underground, not to say lower tier, you know what I mean? Because people get upset when I say that. But what are you recording, Willie? What is going on? Oh, great. I'm looking forward for the future to hear new projects from the following artists. You mentioned Nora Evel, number one new artist for me in 2022, and we move forward to 2023. There's two that I want to talk about having new stuff that's freestyle, that's for the masses. I'll talk about Diva Rios again. Great vocals. I'm hoping that she connects with new writers and producers to see if we can extend her career a bit further. I also have one more that was introduced as an R&B singer. I'm not sure what happened there, but they brought her back as a freestyle singer after they said that she wasn't freestyle, and that was Cristal. Young lady is talented. I hope that she connects with new producers, new writers, and comes out with an actual freestyle record, not a R&B record turned into a freestyle record, because that would be a disservice if she really wanted to be in this genre. So those are the females that I want to see come back for 2023 that are newer artists. And I'm hoping nothing but the best for them. I mentioned them here because they have talent to be in this genre and carry it forward, or at least earn a fan base. Some of them have already earned their fan bases in their perspective in certain ways, but there's more fan base to garner, and there's more shows to do. So that's my hope for them. As far as new music, I'm looking forward to that December 31st, Willie Valentin. Man, I can't wait. And there's two things happening on December 31st. We have something from Willie Valentin and also something from George Anthony. So it's going to be a great time to say goodbye to 2023 and welcoming 2024. I'm looking forward to projects from, the Sapphire Records and Londinium coming out with something new. Willie Valentin is always doing great things. You're my producer of 2023. Just wanted to let everybody know. It's undisputed. All the remixes that you've done, all the production that you've done. For me, nobody has been able to top what you've done. You made the Ray Guel record just different. I've never heard of a hardcore Ray Guel freestyle song until Willie Valentin touched it.
That's what he wanted. I said, okay.
And I'm so glad that he didn't perform that version in Brazil or wherever they were performing, because it would have been pretty scary seeing him dance and sing at the same time. You know what I mean? It looked like it was hot up there. But you did a lot of great remixes. The 3 to the Max with George Anthony was amazing. I'm not even going to talk about Deneen again because I'll be ranting for 5 minutes. But your body of work has been impeccable in 2023. I'm not sure where you get the ideas, but please keep them coming. And Tim, you're an inspiration to me. I want to be a better DJ every time I watch you. And I appreciate I appreciate your friendship and always calling me, to check in. I'm truly happy for you. And Dutch, I want to thank you too, because you have been a really great friend. Not only that, but you're a perfect partner in our radio show because you're always there to back me up. You know that I've had some losses this year in my family, and you stepped up. And I don't even need to be part of the show anymore. You can do the countdown by yourself. You can edit. You can produce. Shut up, Willie. For fam, and and she does everything. She just did the points for the countdown. So I mean, hey, if you want to bribe her with some money, maybe next year you'll be number one. But
Yeah,
I
right.
just want to thank you all. I respect all three of you
It's my pleasure.
immensely, very much. And yeah, Willie, I got to write a check to Tim for being here today. I don't know if it's going to bounce, but I promise. Any final thoughts for this episode in 2023 and just our gathering here?
Thank you. Thanks for bringing us together.
Yeah.
A lot of times in this genre, people aren't so friendly. It gets weird. It's but I just love the fact that there's no malice here. We're all just doing our thing and spreading the freestyle love.
That's right.
I could sing the entire Tim Spinnin Schommer Boom CD. I know every song that comes. I like every song, everything that comes after, everything. Even when you go into the Tara, when you eliminate the vocals, I mean the background beats, and you leave the vocals on, and you're like, how did he do that? I always for so many years. What do you have any thoughts?
My thing is this: every year, you see negative comments, right? About freestyle's dead, and every year we get more and more and more records. New artists come out every year. It hasn't slowed down. So these delusional people that keep saying freestyle's dead, no one's putting out freestyle. I keep hearing more and more, and I like what I'm hearing. So to all the artists who are working on music right now, from the legends to newbies, continue doing it. If you're doing it for the love, great. That's the best way to do it, because when it pops off and it hits, it feels even better. So continue doing it. I'm proud of all these new producers that are coming out, editors. And now you're starting to hear, right? People are doing dub mixes, edits. I'm like, this is what made me fall in love with freestyle. And thanks to everyone who's keeping that alive. So,
Cheryl?
Yes. This was wonderful. It is refreshing to be in a room with such wonderful people, and everything is so positive. Just like Tim said, it's a great feeling because you don't get that a lot on the social media. But I wish everybody a wonderful new year. I'm excited about a lot of stuff, and yeah, it was great seeing my favorite freestyle brethren again.
Well, again, I want to thank
one more
everybody.
thing. Cliff Potts, we miss you. Anyway.
we definitely do.
Yes, we
Yes,
do
absolutely.
miss you, Cliff.
Yeah.
I wanted to end with that. Cliff Potts is part of the show. He always has a seat at the table. And so unfortunately he couldn't make it here today. And in 2024 he'll be back, whenever he's ready to come and be part of the clubhouse again. He's never left. Every week there's a new mix by the legendary vinyl assassin DJ Cliff Potts on CPR's Clubhouse Freestyle Universe. We got years and years of material, you know what I mean? So I thank him for always sending 30-minute mixes, 15-minute mixes, 10-minute mixes. So he's always going to be part of our family. But, to piggyback on what Willie Valentin said, and we'll end it here, is like there is a lot of negativity out there in the internet freestyle community. But what we need to celebrate is gatherings like this. For me to be able to call Schommer and say, hey, you want to be part of something? Yeah, I'll be there, and we changed the time like 3 times. Willie Valentin, same thing. Hey, you want to come and be part of the show? Yeah, let's do it. Cheryl's always ready. And yeah,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Also, I want to remind people that everybody here has a show on social media or on radio or a podcast. So I'm going to put the information at the end of this because Willie Valentin is on TikTok on Monday nights. Tim Spinnin Schommer, you're on twice a week, correct?
Yeah, Wednesday and Sunday when I can make it. Yeah, usually Wednesday and Sunday. Yep.
And that's Chicago time.
Chicago time.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, you can catch Cheryl Rodriguez and myself on CPR's Clubhouse Freestyle Universe. So we'll put the information at the end of this because you should support the shows that play quality freestyle music.
And Cheryl's show too is on Mixcloud too, so be sure to go back and watch
Yes.
that one again too,
Oh.
or listen.
As is Tim's, so thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta go. This love fest is making my toothache hurt. It's too sweet. Until next time, as CPR saying
Nothing but
goodbye.
love.
And remember, it's not who you love, it's how. And
Happy
we'll talk to
holidays.
you
Happy
soon.
New Year to everybody.
Drive home safely.